In this video, we're going to take a look at whether or not these two characters can hit each other with normals from this distance. So you see Chun is all the way to the left at the edge of the screen, and Ryu is a little further back than the midline where the KO is. So he's a little bit further back than the midline. And what we'll do is have Chun use a standing a medium punch, which will look like this. Bam. Alright, so the standing medium punch goes out pretty far, right? It goes out, if you use this back edge of the brown box as the reference line, it goes all the way out to there. And her vulnerability box, which goes all the way as high as her head, the top of her head, extends out to her wrist. So we'll use the inside edge of the brown box to be that reference point. So she can reach out pretty far, but she's also becomes vulnerable pretty far. Now for Ryu, we'll take a look at his medium punch, and his medium punch extends out pretty far as well. His vulnerability box stays back. It does move forward a bit, so you see here it's behind his foot, and then as he's punching, it goes in front of his foot. It goes a little bit farther ahead, but not as far as Chun's head zone became. And then his punch goes pretty far, and it actually goes beyond the inner edge of the brown box, which we were using as a reference point for Chun's vulnerability. So you see here, it's right at the blue box is right at the edge here, and for Ryu, his punch goes beyond that blue edge. So assuming the timing of this is where his punch comes out just as her head is, or head zone is moved forward like this, the blue should intersect with the red of Ryu's arm, and that should be a hit for Ryu. Now it wouldn't be a trade, right, unless the red was to hit some part of Ryu's blue, but the arm is pretty isolated in this case. So let's see what happens. They swing at about the same time. Let's take a look. So we're going to hit right there, right? So she put out her arm, and then she put out her arm again, and right as the box came out, well, you can see that it intersected, and Ryu's punch won that trade, won that exchange. So in slow motion, could play it back. See, she's about to swing. She's going to swing right now. Boom. Right? Right as the box came out, you see there's an intersection point right here. You can really see it here because you can see both boxes out at the same time. The red did intersect with the blue. And her red had nothing to hit on his end, so it was not a trade. And even if she could swing that out faster, this Ryu's punch would have beaten it out. Now here's the thing though, they're standing super far apart, right? Like in the beginning here, you see where they're standing. There's no reason for Chun to be stabbing that medium punch at that distance, right? It's like free hits, and she knows it's not gonna reach. She knows, whoever's playing Chun knows that they're not using Dalsim here. It's not gonna reach, so it makes no sense that they're punching. And it's not like this information is gonna help you with that case. But if they were closer together, you could kind of see what happens. So if they were closer, since this vulnerability box comes out almost at the same time as the red box, if Ryu was closer and she could reach him Like let's say he was standing right at the brown box, and the blue actually came ahead of the inner edge of this brown box when he steps forward. Then in that case, they could potentially trade. But here's the thing: when Ryu puts out his arm, his body kind of lunges forward first. Let's see if we can get that frame out right there. So his body lunges forward first, and his arm isn't even out yet. And for Chun, if her hand goes out first and hits his body, he'll end up stuffing his move. So he won't be able to get the punch out. So the medium punch will actually end up beating him. So that's also something to keep in mind, because it's not just about how far you are, it's about how when you swung as well. So hope that was interesting. I hope these crazy hitboxes make sense, and I'll see you in the next one.